Bonjour.
Hello.
I'll do.
I'll do. So I went French, Jack went English, and Brandon went Liverpudlian. Cool.
Welcome to the first official Shovel Brothers podcast.
We did the trending one, but I bet that one ends up coming out after. So no spoilers, Jack.
The trending one from today will come out at a later date.
Yeah, the one that you're not in.
I know I'm not.
Where we talk about drowning horses and children on a racetrack.
That's essentially it.
That's trending.
Yeah, but we're not going to tell you about it, Brandon, because you're going to have to listen to it.
Just like you at home. Or on the bus. Or in that crack den I keep finding you in. Yeah, you. I know who. You know who I'm on about. You.
Brandon makes all three. Oh. Anyway, we are Shovel Brothers. It came from a joke from a video game, and now we're doing a podcast about video games. So,
and the great Ollie Davis, for you wrestling fans out there, know who we are.
Yes. My amazing GIF, for those who don't know, was on a, I imagine none of you know. I imagine none of you are here. My
Probably
GIF
not.
was included in a video after big... What the fuck was that? that actually scared me.
Some random noise.
It sounds like we just unlocked an unlockable from Link. Link, which is a Nintendo game.
Sure.
But speaking of Nintendo games, let's talk about this. A Mario film has been announced. Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
About that. On a scale of super...
I'm sort of excited to an extent.
Yeah, but
I'd like to say
it's video games, isn't it? So it's always going to be a bit crap.
It's animated. That's a good point.
On a scale of to the original Super Mario's movie, to Wreck-It Ralph, where will this be on video game films?
The Hitman film.
Now I'm thinking more Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Well, Assassin's Creed and the Hitman film are practically the same. They're all hyped up with a good cast, and then you just get shit on.
Just pure shit.
I mean, you could they could make it really well. Like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, that was fantastic. But
There's a certain rap from it, Brandon, isn't there?
yeah,
Would you like to sing it for us?
nah, save that for another. That can be the outro.
If we're talking about the Super Mario show, do you think we should do the Super Mario show as... Well, that's the film, but it's in the style of Taken since Princess Peach has been captured. So it's just Taken, but Mario. That is what I'd like to see.
It'd be good. It would actually be good when it was the actual Mario voice actor. Just like every single line's the same, but it's Mario.
Exactly.
And then Luigi could be like, is the guy who just betrays him right at the end.
Bowser is, Bowser is one of those Algerians.
Oh, it's one of them Algerians.
I mean,
When do you want to writers for The Simpsons? No, that's Al Gore.
That's horrible.
No, that's Algiers.
Like,
Yeah, Al Gore, he's the one from South Park.
Sorry, Brandon.
Even his day, in terms of like games that have been made into good films these days.
There's literally Wreck-It Ralph, but that's not even a real game.
Yeah, it's not even a game. That's what I mean. Like, has there been anything that can be of note?
It's not going to be good. It's just going to be insert people we know from Mario into a naff storyline that probably won't even match it.
I mean, Batman vs Superman. I know it's far from a video game film, but the sequence where we have Batman in that warehouse scene, it really reminds me a lot of a fight scene from the Arkham games.
That's just more proof that
take little things from it, but If they've got Illumination behind it, who made Despicable Me, and Despicable Me is pretty good.
I fucking love the Despicable Me films.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I think, I could be wrong, because it's a very Sony thing, I'm pretty sure they also did the Emoji Movie. Well, admittedly, that is a masterpiece of film.
Yeah, Joe really loves that film for some reason.
Was it Illumination Studios?
Well, you loved Pixels as well, didn't you, Joe?
Oh.
Yeah. But if they made stuff like that, it's one really good film, two really bad films, Despicable Me 2, Pixels,
no, they did, I don't think they did. They did Life of Pets, which is really good, and they did Sing, which is fine.
They did what?
Life of Pets, Secret Life of Pets, and then they did... I'll list them. Despicable Me, Hop, Dr. Seuss and Lorax, which is quite good, Despicable Me 2, which is alright, Minions, which is fine, Secret Life of Pets, which is really good, Sing, which is a bit naff, and Despicable Me 3, which I haven't seen.
Oh, I fucking love Despicable Me 3.
So yeah,
good.
I mean, I'd say one of them are bad, and that's Hop. So
Hop wasn't that bad.
It was.
It's about a bunny rabbit with shit jelly beans, man. It's bit crap.
No, it's about
Come on!
Basically the Easter Bunny stuff.
Yeah, we don't shit jelly beans, does it? Shit's chocolate eggs.
No, it's Hop's, apart from Hop, they're all fine films. Some of them slightly better than fine. So we'll probably get a fine movie out of it, but nothing...
Let's just hope Mario doesn't shit gold coins. That's all I'm asking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really
want
to, because you could imagine how much money they make from it in the first week of it being in cinema.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
Because
just money
Mario.
for Nintendo, isn't it?
I mean,
It's
look
just
at how much they did for the remake of the Pokemon movie. I mean, we went to see that. It was fucking... It was weird, but it got a lot.
It was fine, and then Pikachu spoke.
Exactly.
It's because...
What were the words? Yeah, what were the... There we go. Gaming film. All the Pokemon ones.
They're good. They're fine.
Say that, yeah.
Most of them are made... It's weird because most of them are... They're not really big blockbuster films, if you get what I mean. They're all made for TV films, aren't they, normally?
Yeah, straight.
The Mortal Kombat film.
Fuck off. Dragon Ball Z film. That's down there with the original Super Mario.
Down there with great stuff.
That is an absolute masterpiece.
Although it comes from the TV show, doesn't it? Not the...
Stanley Kubrick says that's his favourite film.
That's terrible.
Oh my God.
I can make those analogies because I'm a film student now.
Ooh, look at you.
Which means I'm better than all of you.
With your shiny pen.
With my shiny pen, talking about moving pictures.
Writing away. Right, now to move on to the next piece of news, which it'll just devastate Brandon. Red Dead has been delayed till October, I think.
October 26th, it's coming out.
And I want to die.
Same.
I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It could suggest that they've just got a lot of bugs in it, so they need to fix it, or they just want
It's
to make
Rockstar, of course. They're fine at making games. I'm playing GTA right now as we speak. I'm playing GTA 5 like what, 4 or 5 years after it's been released now, and it's still a perfect game to me.
But one thing I can see is why they've delayed it is because they've even said that they want to make the game as perfect as it can possibly be. So if it's going to actually be this polished thing rather than be full of bugs when it's released, then that's good.
Yeah.
What I loved from Red Dead was the what's that? Undead Nightmare, where they had the zombies.
That was a really good DLC part of the whole.
I bought that instead of the actual game at first. Like, my mum bought that for me on disc whilst it was on Xbox 360. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was a master with tomahawks. We'd always me and a couple of old friends of mine. We would on the Xboxes. We'd play sort of capture the flag, but who could hold down this house the longest. I'd just stand on the top of the roof with loads of tomahawks.
You?
It's one of those games where it's such a massive world, and because it's a prequel, it's going to be set around the exact same area.
It's not a prequel. It's Thingy's son, Marston's son. taken over.
Is it?
Yeah,
Quality.
I swear it is.
Like, I just wanted it to come out and be a groundbreaking, because it's got the like heritage to be probably the best game in the next 10 years.
Yes, definitely. It could be the new GTA 5.
But I hope it's not being put back because microtransactions.
No, that'd be that's not a reason to put a game back. I don't think. I think that's just something they chuck in. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I don't like that people, when they hear, oh, so and so's been delayed, they go, oh, well, that's crap. I'd argue, no, it's not. They may have lied a bit by saying it's going to be ready for whenever, but it just means they're trying to make the game as good as possible and not rushing it like No Man's Sky or Watch Dogs or whatever. Just to.
I mean, No Man's Sky, they took years to create that thing, didn't they? They took quite a few years to make that game.
Yeah, and
it still came out shit.
So if a big company like Rockstar just take their time, they can just make a masterpiece.
If you're complaining about it, just glad it's not made by EA.
Yeah, bloody
you could just see though, because they've put so much time and effort into GTA 5 and how much they've actually added in as well.
And they're still updating GTA 5 with every new comment, aren't they?
And it's been 5 years on since the game was initially released. So if they did put enough effort into Red Dead, it could be just as good for just as long before they make GTA 6.
Did they have online on Red Dead 1?
Yes, they did, because that's how I played it with my friends.
I've never played Red Dead, which is probably a crime to humanity, but it's just hyped up, so hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully we can pray.
I have a couple of my friends at Sixth Form, like Brit's girlfriend Leona. She's well waiting for it. It's like Brit and Leona, like they're two PlayStation gamers, and they're both just raging about Red Dead when it's ready.
It's just one of them things, like you become a fan and you don't just ease off. You're a fan. You can't be taken off of it as easy as you would if you was like, oh, I'm a Star Wars fan. Let's play Battlefront. I can enjoy this game. I'm a fan of Star Wars, but it's not investing me into it at all.
Anyway, Joe, what's up next on games that we're waiting on? If you want to talk about being held back, we can talk about Spider-Man.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
Oh, it fucks me off.
In fact, no, go on about it, because we don't have to talk about it. Spider-Man.
Welcome to the first official episode of Jack's Rants.
Jack's Rants. Go on, Jack.
Stop putting off Spider-Man. Fucking you me now. I swear to God.
Jack, we've just had this argument that you need to delay games to make them better. Like, if the game is out, it'd be crap.
We've seen gameplay trailer of it, and it looks fantastic. If you're keeping it like that, release the fucking game.
No Man's Sky.
We've been talking about it for 2 years.
Jack, No Man's Sky. That's all.
Yeah, but No Man's Sky is from an indie company. Of course, they weren't going to do good.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the trailer was like, oh my God, we can explore anything, and then it came out, and people were like, really?
You see, I'm really hesitant with the Spider-Man game because, like, the combat looks so
much better.
It looks Arkham, the Arkham series of Batman. That looks really good, but playing the previous Spider-Man games, they're just so clunky and so bad. The story is terrible, but I hope that they actually make something out of it, because it's a different company, obviously. But
yeah, you better not talk shit about Arkham. You know how much I love it.
If they make similar to how they made Spider-Man 1 and 2, then it's going to be absolutely terrible. But I feel like this is going to change, because a lot of the Spider-Man games have been really bad. But you can change this and make it more towards the Arkham series. There's a lot of
which I think they're doing. I think they're doing that now.
If the story's compelling, then I'll be behind it.
I think they should go with the Arkham route of having loads of different villains play into the mix.
See, that's what they tried to do in Amazing Spider-Man. The first one was fine. You had Rhino and Doc Ock, but then in the second one you got whatever his name is. That they had Rhino again. They had the Green Goblin, they had Electro, just like the films, and they added in two more.
You can't complain about having the same villain again, because that happened with Arkham Knight with the Joker. Like, yeah, they could have done something a bit more than just having the Joker show up, but he's like the he's like the John Cena of like characters. It's like,
like the character
you could bring him in so many times. You love him or hate him, but you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna love him.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a perfect example of a villain in a series. Like the Joker was amazing.
John Cena?
No, John Cena.
The Joker was just like the whole story with the Joker was great.
Yeah.
Right. The next topic for our second piece of Nintendo news is Mario Kart confirmed for the phone.
Oh yeah.
I'm sort of on the opposite side. I don't trust it. I'm
on the fence.
It's I've seen reports on it, and I've watched the reports on it, and it's basically going to be just a stripped down version of the game, like Animal Crossing was. That died fucking quickly. I've got to admit that one.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go stayed for a good couple of months, but at the same time, it's Mario Kart. And
Pokemon Go is a completely different beast, isn't it? Because it's not like an old game remade. It's sort of just a completely new game based on other concepts.
Yeah.
In other gaming news, really quickly, I've just had an email saying my PlayStation network has run out due to lack of payment. I'm still playing GT Online, you fuckers. Fuck the system. Anyway,
the reason I'm not behind the whole Mario Kart thing is like if they released Mario Run, was Nintendo who released Mario Run, and it's blocked behind such a fucked up paywall.
Like you'll play Moo Meadows, and then it'll be like, oh, you want to play? It's called Rainbow Road. Cough up.
Yeah, so you got through the first 2 levels on Mario Run, and it was like, nah, you will pay for the rest of the game.
We could be wrong. They could not do that. I'd rather they just made it a £10 purchase for your phone, and you get the full game. Like
what? What's it? Crash Bandicoot Crash Team Racing was.
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that for my phone.
Oh, I need to get that now. Yeah, I'd rather have that because in-app transactions just quite easily kill a game. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I've been playing a lot of Crazy Taxi on my phone recently. I love Crazy Taxi.
Crazy
and,
Taxi.
We need... if Mario Kart uses that same premise of Crazy Taxi, I think we'll be fine, because it's a free-to-play game. You can register your name on it, you don't have to buy anything.
If you just use one of the old GameCube or whatever, game version of it, it should be fine if it can run on it. Just copy that over. You don't need to make this whole new game.
Yeah, it's like Mario Kart for the Nintendo DS. That was a really good game.
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't the best Mario Kart, but it was fine. I enjoyed it as a child.
It worked for us, didn't it?
I got some...
Even the GameCube, you could go back that far and actually bring it forward, because the GameCube one had some sick maps on it. Honestly, the GameCube, I spent about 6 hours a day playing Mario Kart on the GameCube. That was my life.
No, man.
I remember... Oh.
Even got Guitar Hero.
Ooh. This makes me sound so trampy, but I found a GameCube controller in a bush walking to school one day, and I took it home with me. I still have it with me now, and I used it to play the GoldenEye remaster.
Oh, God.
I found a game controller. That sounds so suspicious, like someone's luring kids with it 20 years ago, and they forgot about it.
Just sat up waiting for Jack to see this controller, yes,
come on. The trap didn't activate.
I think I have a picture of it somewhere.
Send it to me, I'll see if I can get it in. If you can do it after this. Right, the final piece of news we've got, before we get into the other stuff. I've put down here battle transactions. Because Battlefront...
What do you mean? Is Battlefront putting in microtransactions back into the game?
It's been been like, what, 4 months since the game's release.
Just about.
Apparently, for some reason, I think, they must have got far enough now.
Yeah, it is.
What's intrigued me is they said they've took it off. They took the whole mainframe and they said, we're going to revamp the progression system and make it better.
Which, to be fair to them, they did. It's not like how it was where you had to spend 10 or so hours to unlock one character. They've shortened it from that, but it's still a pain. And I still think the progression's nice. You have to work hard to get characters. But when you compare it to the old Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 on the PS2, and you had those characters instantly, it just felt great anyway. You didn't need the progression. It's like, if you did it by levels, that's fine, because you can't level up using microtransactions. But it's the fact that you're using in-game currency to buy it that annoys me.
Now you've got this whole thing where star cards are already a problem, and you only get one crate daily when you log in. And star cards are getting to the point where you cannot play an objective because as soon as you get there, you are shot by a sniper and you're dead. And now you get people putting in 20, 30 quid like EA does on games like FIFA.
Sorry.
And you're going to just get all these overpowered players just making other people not welcome to play the game.
Also, the thing is, we haven't played it that much. We spend a long time just not playing it. So when we get back, there's loads of people who's progressed higher than us. And just seems unfair. I'd like to be put into a match with the same sort of skilled characters.
Yeah.
But I'd like that sort of sense of fairness, basically.
Yeah, because there are some people who admittedly won't spend money on it. Fair enough to them, but have so much more time than we do to play on our PlayStations because they don't have school, they have shorter work or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just just make even like I say Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 originally. It's all even. It's all an even playing field. You don't get any extra things for leveling up, and you just go out and kill each other. Doesn't matter how much you've spent on it or how long you've been on it.
It's because it's always fair. No matter what you you'll have advantages if you're a heavy against an assault character.
Yeah.
But still, you had each class had their own advantage.
Yeah, you have the option to change. Still, you don't have to. Yeah. I've got to wait 20 hours or spend £5 to get the heavy to fight back. It's I'll get it instantly. I can get in there and play. It just annoys me because they've obviously done it to save the launch. So it just shows EA for what they are. They're happy to rake in the money for the launch, so everybody's got the game. A lack of people are going to buy it from then on. Obviously, they'll still buy it, and then they'll add them in later, so people who will spend money on it are still spending money on it. It's just it's all they are. They're PR and then money. That's all they care about. They don't care about how good the games are.
Point where I defend this Battlefront game because there is no dispute on the fact it is fantastically better than the first one.
Yeah, I'm
we
not
have
a fan
more
of either
maps.
of them, but it's
we don't have to spend £50 on the first game and then £50 on a season pass that gives us everything else.
Yeah,
to be fair,
we have more maps, more characters. It's just. We still don't have Obi-Wan, and that upsets me a little bit. But we're doing better off than we did a couple of years back.
To be fair to EA, they're giving out all the DLC for free, and it's just as part of an update.
My issue with that free DLC thing, it's like I said, all they care about is PR and money. They've released these free DLCs so they can have the headlines, EA releases free DLC. I don't think they're doing it for the players.
No, they're not.
They've already admitted that Battlefront was just a terrible game. They've already said it was not what they expected to receive at all, and it was all because of the microtransactions thing. So putting them back into it, what are they trying to make a name from?
They're not. All they care about is money.
That no one wants into the game.
Right. After that heated conversation, are we all calm? Do we all need a minute?
I'm good.
Are you sure? Jack?
Yeah.
Go and give him a hug.
I'm all good.
Right, now time to move on to our first Room 101 section of the videos. This is where
Gaming Room 101.
This is where we all put a case forward for something in the game. For example, microtransactions, as we just discussed in a large amount of detail. And then you try and lay on the points of why it should be out of video games. All three of us would make a separate point, and then we all come together to decide, I think that should go in Gaming Room 101. And then next week when we do it, we can't bring up the same thing again. We have to come up with something different.
Yeah.
So Jack, did you want to go first?
I would like to go first. What I'd like to put in Gaming Room 101, quick time events.
Yes.
We see these a lot in Call of Duty, and unfortunately we see them in the gameplay trailer for the new Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
I believe quick time events, as practical as they are, shouldn't be in games.
They're just...
It kind of takes away from the narrative and takes that essence of
accomplishment.
Essence of quickness and an accomplishment.
It's like it's not.
It's like you're in a really heated battle with like unfortunately it's happened on one of my favourite games, Batman, the Arkham Knight. Like you're in a heated battle with someone. And it's like you dodge and it goes all slow motion just to see like Bane crash into something and you're just like, yeah, I don't really give a shit, I want to beat him.
It's
Call of Duty, you have to throw a grenade into the room really slowly and breathe. And like it looks cool. That's what they're doing it for. It looks cool and it makes you think, wow, this is fucking cool, man. No, you don't need it.
Right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I completely agree with you. I hate them. I think they're a waste of time. But would you agree with the fact that it's just a better version of a cutscene? So instead of having a cutscene there, you're still playing rather than just watching a film.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's a playable cutscene.
See, I can agree with that, but I'll take Jack's point because you've just started playing Shadow of Mordor, Joe, and you know when you're in a battle and you're in a heated battle, and some fucking orc comes up to you and is like Ranger, and it takes out of the battle and zooms in on
perfect impression of a word. Ranger, Manfield.
He sits there and he makes a shit joke, and then it's like, oh, and then they start attacking you, and then 5 minutes later you've got another fucking orc, and he turns up and goes, man swine, and fucking attacks you, and it takes you out of the battle and takes you out of the whole scene.
Yeah, it's like when you die, isn't it, in that game, and you got move it and press it, give me some...
It takes away all that intensity that they've been building up.
Yeah, you're right, because you're getting through, you're fighting all these battles and then it comes to fighting this big boss, and you're like, yes, I can take him down with my skill, and then it gets to the point where you're actually about to fight him, and then these buttons come up telling you what to press. It's like, I'm not a baby, yeah. I should be able to fight this myself, not need your help to do it.
It's a really disgusting analogy. But it's like getting jerked off, and then as soon as you're at the point, you're about to come, you stop. Like, no, fuck you, we'll take it slow now.
It's like they're trying to tease you.
You want to climax, but then she pulls out a PlayStation controller. Triangle, square, circle.
Right.
No, you pressed X.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
It's like if you think, Joe, you used to play FIFA Street. You know when you went for a goal and it took, you wanted to shoot and you shot and it replayed it 17 times before it went into the back of the net?
Yeah.
You sit there and you're like, well, what was the point? It would have been a good goal, but now I've seen it about 60 times. Why is it even that?
Yeah.
We could put taking the intensity out of games alone in Room 101, but I think quick time events or something that just does it.
Quick time events is one of the big factors of taking away intensity from a game.
It dumbs it down. It makes you feel so much simple.
Yeah, I'm coming, man.
Would you like to pause, Jack? Jack?
Un momento, por favor.
Okay. 3, 2. Oh no, I pressed record by accident. Oops. Anyway, we're back after that regularly scheduled ad break. I think that's what they call it in TV shows and that.
Tea break.
And we're moving on to the next topic in Room 101. Jack's was quick time events. Brandon, I was going to say heads or tails, but I don't have a coin. So me or you? No, I don't have a coin. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads, it's you. Tails, it's me.
Kind of the premise.
Tails, it's me. Right. For Room 101, I want to put in spamming games. I just think it takes all of the quality out of a game and just replaces it with some, wow, you can press a button really fast tosh. I just don't like it. Like, in new WWE games, if you just constantly spam square in correct ways, you could win a match without having to do anything else, but unless you want to make it entertaining. And then I just don't like them. Like, Assassin's Creed does it the worst, where the combat looks cool and it's fine, but all you're doing is pressing square, 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 triangle, square, square, square. And I just don't... it takes all skill out of it. That's why when I play Shadow of Mordor, it's a similar thing to Assassin's Creed, but then you get these enemies where you need to press X, these enemies where you need to stun, it's like, it takes so much more talent to do it, and I struggle on it. And it just takes out so much skill when it comes to games. It annoys me, like people who can play Mortal Kombat while pressing the same thing over and over again.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, exactly, and it's infuriating. And I just think it belongs in hell. Like you should make it like Shadow of Mordor managed to do, and add those little bits in that make it a bit harder. What on earth's going on there?
You had headphones, I assume.
Yeah, it's my headphones. Sorry, lads.
So,
It was,
it's alright, lad.
I can get really bored of games that have spamming. Like, you know, I enjoyed the Batman games, but a lot of it, before they started introducing these newer characters, a lot of them was like, in Arkham Asylum especially, we just spam square. You could just sit there for an hour and press triangle and be able to reverse every single move.
Yeah, but I think Batman sort of gets around that, because it has these, you can glide, you can go in the Batmobile and stuff. It has this extra feature. Like, but I'm not a massive fan of the combat, but I still think it has these little extra bits where you have to do a ranged enemy or whatever. Like,
I heard you complaining about WWE doing this.
Yeah.
That was the original sort of like submission system. Then they changed it to the using the joystick, and people really didn't like that.
But it's more challenging, isn't it? It's like, it should be hard.
It's a lot harder.
Because A, it doesn't care about who's spamming quicker. It decides who wins anyway. And B, it's just like no talent. Like, oh, I've got to try and master the submission system to make people tap, rather than, oh, I can press this button really quick. Same with the pins, how it used to be. Like, you need to press it really fast to kick out. But if you can learn to time it and press it correctly, then just skill over just spamming. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. It is a right ball, like, and it does ruin a lot of games because there's no more immersive like background into it. It's just spamming a button.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed. I'm so sick of doing the same thing, because Assassin's Creed has these missions where it is action, but all you're doing is pressing square, and then its other missions are tailing missions, and they're just the worst.
Yeah, that could be something else in Room 101 on a completely separate occasion.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed.
It's one of them things where you hate it when it's being happened to you, but when you do it, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat's like, a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
like,
if I do that in Mortal Kombat, I'm like, haha, fuck you, I'm pressing X quicker. When someone's happening to you, you just grab their controller and just fucking stop it.
It still allows, yeah, exactly. I do that with my brother all the time, but it allows you to be that dickhead, and I don't like it. Like, you should be able to beat someone on skill, not, oh, look at me, I got the first hit in, which means I now win. Ooh.
Yeah.
Calm.
That's just Mortal Kombat anyway.
Pardon? Yeah.
That's just Mortal Kombat anyway.
Yeah, too right.
Yeah.
Right, Brandon.
Shit. Yes.
You felt for sure I was going to go with what you're about to say, and it definitely wasn't that, was it?
And you didn't. And you didn't.
Yeah.
I was going to say that games specifically that focus on graphics rather than gameplay.
Yeah, that's what I've got on my... Literally, what I've got on my second one.
Because...
That is my backup.
You could have this magnificent looking game. Like, and then what did they do? The gameplay's shit. You go and want to play this immersive looking game. Looks like it's got a quality story. And when you're playing the game, you can't get the controls, and it's all choppy, and you're being dragged into things you're not even trying to go to. Sort of like 2K Online servers.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though the game's fun to play.
Like,
it's kind of like the new Crash Bandicoot. Because the game, the controls are quite shit. Like, they're not accurate, not been, like, adapted from the previous game. They just made the game look amazing, and made the gameplay stay the same.
There's a nice mix you can get as well. It's not like...
Actually, they have made the new Crash Bandicoot game harder for people.
Yeah, they didn't do that on purpose.
Made the controls
they did it on purpose.
It's just the difficulty in it improved. It's not like you've actually gone and changed the controls to make them better. Like, you play with the joystick or you play with the arrow keys, don't you? And you use them.
No, you don't play with it. Brandon, you're wrong. You don't play with the arrow keys.
I alternate between the both, because when it's on jumping levels, I like to use the arrow keys because it's a lot more accurate for me. Like on the bridge level, I fucking hate it.
Is that the turtle
But if I play with the arrow keys, much simpler for me.
Oh.
Yeah. You think, like, a perfect example's like, if fucking Battlefront 1, the graphics look amazing. And the gameplay was just so choppy and so laggy. That's probably because it's a multiplayer EA game.
I'd argue it's part of the problem of the current CODs as well. Like, they've all gone for these overly detailed faces and stuff. But it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Where's the game?
It's improved graphics, but not a game that's engaging. And it's not going to get me to buy it if I play, like, a demo, for example, that's got quality graphics. Like, say if Monster Hunter World was, like, just graphics and no gameplay. And you sat there and you're like, oh, this is an immersive looking game. But when I play, I can't get into it at all because it's just so tacky and so shit. But it's not. It's the perfect game is something that's like both graphics and doesn't even always have to be graphics.
I think there's so much proof that you don't need good graphics to have a good game. Because my favourite game ever is Undertale, and which is like so indie and stuff, I know, but it's got crap graphics. It's so basic. It's like it was made in 1990s or whatever. But its gameplay and its story is so good that I can just go back to it every time. Other games where it's like Mass Effect Andromeda, which I haven't played, but it's just a mess. It's a mess of a game. And just because they want these fancy graphics, there's no need.
I wouldn't say fancy graphics. Did you see the voice? Did you see the face covers? Fucking
yeah,
hell.
it's a bloody automated anime. Yeah, but the actual way the look is good. Right. I think it's time to decide. Right, if we all put into the chat, if you type in the one that you want to vote for that isn't yours, and then we'll see which one gets the most votes.
Yeah.
I mean, we could end up having to have another conversation about this. So if you have it typed in ready, and when I say go, we'll do the thing.
Right.
Have both of you got it typed out?
Already sent it.
Yeah. Brandon.
Oh, I got one. Ah.
Congratulations. The first winner of Room 101 and going straight to video game hell is graphics over games. Be gone, my fool. Fly, you fools. Oh.
Take it away.
Right.
Take it away, Penny.
If that was actually taken away. That would be the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
it'd just be happiness. But, you know. Right, now
You
time to move on to the question of the day. What is your most anticipated game of 2018? Brandon, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, really? There's a lot. There's a lot of games,
Cheers.
but like from I want to say Red Dead Redemption, but for me personally, I will say Days Gone, because like you've seen all these. If you don't know what Days Gone is, it's basically like an open world zombie apocalypse style game. It's not like The Last of Us. It's more you get to do what you want. You're a biker.
Is it more 7 Days to Die than it is... It's like Minecraft.
Judging by I've never played 7 Days to Die, I don't know. But
It's like Minecraft, where you know it's an open world. Build your things.
Zombie Minecraft.
Zombie Minecraft.
It's really open world. It looks really engaging. The graphics look amazing, and like it's something that we haven't really
Brandon, we
seen
talked about this. It's in Moon 101. No, we shouldn't be talking about how amazing the graphics are because I've put it in.
You look at like the way that the zombies, like I don't even think they're called zombies. They're like some really batshit crazy humans
walkers,
that are basically
I'm a
zombies,
Walking
but
Dead
aren't
fan.
zombies, you know what I mean? But like the gameplay of seeing like zombies be shot and then the other zombies trip over them, and like you can be driving away on your bike and you've got shit tons. Like I don't just mean 20 or 30 like you see in like The Walking Dead or something like that. There's actually like 600
Or
of
like,
these.
what's the game that we played? Dead Rising.
Yeah, Dead Rising.
Like that's a perfectly good game, and it's so much fun to play, but it doesn't give you like the actual apocalypse feel a lot of the time, where there's like hundreds and hundreds of zombies coming at you. So
you see, that's what there's a bit in the gameplay trailer. Is like there's a train, and like you've gone underneath this train, and like they go through the other side of the train. So like you actually get in a feel where you're being trapped by all these zombies trying to escape them in this like massive world where the story looks really engaging. Like I don't know much about it, but like the character, you're a biker. And what else could you ask for in a zombie apocalypse is to be a badass biker guy kicking the shit out of a load of zombies that are basically batshit crazy people.
It's crazy.
And I think it could probably be one of the best games of the year. And it's one game in particular I'm looking forward to. I love zombie games.
I've just got an image up, and it's just of zombies climbing over each other to try and get to you. It's like...
see, that's something that would get me really into it. Is like holy shit, that's scary as fuck.
That's terrifying. Like, imagine that running... Yeah. It's like, I hate The Walking Dead, but when it has scenes like that where there's just so many zombies coming towards you, it's like, oh, well, that's a little bit scary.
And you're actually controlling this character. With like, his survival depends on you running away from this massive horde of zombies. So you're like, no, I really want to know how they're gonna make the story so engaging, because I know it's gonna be a good game.
It might be. Depends, doesn't it? Because it depends how much they put into it. A lot of these games like have a fine open world and like really fun game, but like you get what's it called? Just Cause. Like it's so ridiculously fun to play with all the wacky stuff you do, but the story is so boring.
It's really fucking bad.
It's like you want to unlock all these things, and you have to go through the story, but it's nothing. It's like it's not like The Last of Us.
I don't get why people say it's like the be all and end all of like open world games, because like if you play Saints Row, you'll go, oh, GTA is way better than that, and then you'll play GTA, and then someone will go, oh, Just Cause is far better than that. You're like, fuck off.
Right.
Stop sucking your mum's tit and play a real game.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack's random.
2 seconds! Right, we're going to have to pause there for a minute because we've got to go for my dinner.
Right.
Right, okay. And we're back from the second regularly scheduled break. Now, Jack, heads or tails, we're going to talk about their most anticipated game. Oh, God.
Tails.
Ooh. Tails.
Hey.
Your most anticipated game of this year is...
I've already talked about it. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. It has to be.
It just looks like... It's just another Rockstar game, isn't it?
It is. But then, at the same time, I love cowboys. I fucking love
You
cowboys.
just want to be a cowboy.
Exactly.
It was a game. But I can see why.
It's just...
Like, when have Rockstar ever made a bad game?
Exactly.
Like, I'm trying to think of one of the Vice Cities that wasn't, but every single Vice City was good.
I can't even think of Max Payne. Max Payne was incredible.
Oh, that's a good point. Max Payne, I don't think... Is Max Payne 2 the one that's not very good? Or is it Max Payne 3?
I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3, but I enjoy all. I'm honest. I enjoy all of them.
Like, Bully, one is just amazing.
Timeless game.
I don't think Rockstar have actually just, like, made a flop in quite a long time.
No, they haven't.
Like, Red Dead Redemption's gonna hit so hard.
It's because their games are so far apart. Like EA, we're going to bring them up like every 5 minutes in this podcast. But EA, they just churn out games, and they've always some of them are fine, and then you get the naff ones like FIFA each year because they've churned it out and they've done it with Madden or whatever. The gameplay is just naff. Like, it hasn't been good since FIFA 13, 14.
Yeah.
But with Rockstar and how they space their games out, they give it a good 5 years, probably less than that or so, to make their game to the best it can be, because that's what they care. That's what they care about. They still have microtransactions, which obviously isn't the best thing when it comes to online. But you can ignore that because of how good the games always are. Like, if I search GTA 5, figure out how
I'm gonna play devil's advocate this time. So, like, now that you say the Rockstar make a game every 4 or 5 years,
5 years, 5 years since GTA.
Yeah. Is that because Rockstar are generally top of the food chain in terms of, like, GTA no game compares to a very similar game, not like Saints Row or anything like that. Whereas, like, someone like EA, like, they're releasing Anthem, aren't they? They're releasing Anthem to compete with games like Destiny and stuff like that.
You don't want to compete with Destiny.
Is that why? Because they're not top of the food chain, they might be in the sports games, which gives them no excuse. But something like is that giving them, like, more to head up to? Is why they're pumping these games out so they can compete straight away?
Yeah.
Or are they just? Or are they? Is that why Rockstar seem like they just never make mistakes? Or?
Well, any company can make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
But
just look at the online launch of GTA 5, which wasn't their fault. So many people wanted to play it, but they could have prepared for it better. So they're quite capable of mistakes. You couldn't play it for about a week, but once it got playing after a week, GTA 5 online is great. It's so much fun. Admittedly,
it's like,
there's things blocked behind a paywall, but you know.
Yeah. What's it? 2017 Christmas that had the highest amount of GTA 5 online players since the game's released. So 4 years after it's been released, it's still one of the most played games ever. I was playing it earlier.
It doesn't get old. It also has this creativity to it where people can make their own levels, and it's just endless. Like, you can't ever complete the whole game because there's always people coming out with new things to play, new challenges, new things to do with friends. It's just what it allows you to do is great, and the gameplay in itself is great.
You see, with Red Dead Redemption, I want to see if the online is going to fascinate me and like massively, because I want to know if they're going to do what they did with GTA 5 and put something online like that and give you that world to play with friends, rather than, you know, like you've got your own houses, your own cars and all that. They might be able to put in stuff like, oh, you get your own barn, or you get your own like horse or something,
Yeah.
and like make it more like GTA Online, but for Red Dead Redemption, because it'd be interesting to see how much they could actually make off of that as well, even if it is blocked behind shark cards like it is in GTA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Time for the final most anticipated game, which is the person whose opinion matters most. Mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you both.
Mine
is
Jane
a game series that you both haven't played, and it's Kingdom Hearts 3. Who, like, so many years after its last game, its story is just like second to none. It's so fun to play. It gives you all these like magical powers, all these stories, all these worlds, all these people to meet, and it's just so good. Like, especially with Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out soon, and it gives you more worlds from films like Toy Story and so on, and it just looks so good. I'm just so excited, especially since I've left it so long after the last one.
You see, from what I can see is like, I've never played it. I've watched people play it, and it looks like Final Fantasy meets Disney.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of Final Fantasy characters in it.
It's like you've got like Goofy, and then you'll get someone like Hercules is my favorite of all time, and seeing that in a game is just it's the exact same voice actors and everything.
It's got it's been 12 years since it came out,
and still, well, we are talking about Kingdom Hearts 3.0, aren't we? Because there's obviously going to be a 3.17 or 3.79.
Yeah, but they just do that so they can it's just a way of saying, oh look, we've remade the game again so you can play it on your new console. So they've done it twice because of...
Good thing. They're I'd be keen to see if like it does go that successful, that it comes out on something like the Nintendo Switch or...
Because there are so many issues with Kingdom Hearts, like, they're not perfect games, but they're not bad, they're far from bad ones, they're great. But there are problems with it, like cameras, like in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, just the way it targets people, it's just nasty, it's nasty to play when you're trying to find a bunch of enemies at once. It's horrible, but because obviously the gameplay is amazing and the story is amazing and everything else about it is amazing, it's just enjoyable.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to say I'm really invested in playing this. I've not even played the other two, but I will probably buy this to play it because it does look really good.
you should probably
I completely agree.
You should probably watch at least the story of the other two. Anyway, right, let's move on to some other games. I'm gonna bring them up.
Quick ramble.
Pardon?
That was a quick ramble, that one.
Yeah, it's a quick one because you two don't know much about it. But Far Cry 5, I'm very excited for, cause it.
Right, I'm gonna throw it at you. I hated Far Cry 4, but the fact that they've because Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4
Far Cry
are very
1,
like.
2. Well, I don't know about Far Cry 1, but Far Cry 2, 3, and 4 are all the same place. They're like a similar place where you have to do these different things. But I think it's gameplay's fun, which obviously we've talked about. Graphics aren't important. Gameplay is. It's gameplay's fun, but it's because we've had the same game 2 or 3 times in a row. But with this one in like the US, I just think it'll bring enough to make it different from the other 3.
Because it's not just like in the same place anymore. It's actually like it's just in a countryside in America, and you're like, but that takes me away from all these like tropical islands with sharks and all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, that's fun. Like, it has to be an improvement on Far Cry 5 because
I don't think Far Cry 5 was that bad. I think it's story let. I think both Far Cry 3 and 4's story let it down. But I think Far Cry 4 added enough. And then there was Far Cry Primal, which wasn't great.
And I think the co-op side of it, they're going to let you do the campaign in a co-op sense, which is actually good for people like us who like to play games together.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like you don't play the actual story. It's more like taking over camps and stuff, like you would in Shadow of Mordor or whatever.
Yeah, I hope they do that, add a more immersive multiplayer to it. I don't think it has a release date yet, but it's probably in the like third quarter of the year. They'll come out.
Something like that. And then another one I've got written down here, which is already out, but Monster Hunter Worlds. I can't wait to get my hands on this game.
It looks great.
It just looks it looks challenging, and you can do it with friends. Do I need to say more?
It's like Dark Souls.
It's like Dark Souls, but it's like you get these amazing old creatures, or these, you know, what's like Kong Skull Island like creatures, where it just comes up with all these new things.
Yeah.
It's really immersive. Like, one of the things is it's got, I think it's got the second highest rating on like games that have been released this year. Fair enough, there's been 2 major games that have been released this year, which is Shadow of the Colossus' remake, and then this Monster Hunter. But it's a fantastic way to start the year, knowing that you've got probably a Game of the Year contender right there, starting the year. It's made by Capcom, which I'm surprised by. I know
I know. Like, when was the last time Capcom did anything?
It was more of a like Japanese, Chinese like game base, but now because it's spread over to the PS4 and Xbox One rather than just on the PSP or something like that, it's just took over and everyone wants to play it. It's a unique environment for actually being like, you've got cats, you've got a pirate ship with cats on it. What's you not want in that world? It's so weeaboo but so good at the same time. You've got these giant weapons that you kill giant dinosaurs with.
It's sort of a mix of Ark and then a mix of Dark Souls. With, admittedly, it's more story than Ark and less crafting than Ark. But it's got these prehistoric, amazing world, and then just these challenging animals that you've got to fight, and it looks so fun to play.
Right, and it does incorporate teamwork and logic. Like, you can't just like get a tail of a dinosaur by hitting it with a hammer like you could in some games like Skyrim. I don't know, but like if you have an actual sharp item, you can cut the tail off the dinosaur. If you have a hammer, you will whack the dinosaur tail away.
It just looks like a Donny game, really.
Logic rather than just, you have an item that does damage. We're gonna make you get the entire of the wolf hide. No offense to Skyrim's amazing, but
wolf hide.
Yeah, the whole hide of the wolf.
Just the inside of the wolf popping out. Ah!
God's sakes.
Right. I think that's all we've got time for, because it's been about an hour. I've been Joseph.
I've been Jack.
And I have been Brandon.
No one cares.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
See